Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Program Quality demo meeting of District 79 is in session. Presiding officer, district leaders, fellow Toastmasters, and respected guests. I, Toastmaster Muhammad Numan, District 79 Webinar Manager, your acting Sergeant at Arms, hereby welcome you all to the online demo meeting of District 79 Program Quality. Toastmasters International Mission. We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. District Mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Club Mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. May I now request you to switch off your mobile phones or put them on complete silent mode without even vibration. You are also requested to refrain from talking anything related to politics, religion, or sex. To keep the decorum of the meeting and to facilitate the speakers to perform at their best, all are requested to self-mute your mics when not required to speak and avoid any distraction while the speaker is at the lectern. All attendees are requested to familiarize with the polls, chat, and reaction buttons. Speakers, try to fit yourself well in the screen and have adequate lighting. Be mindful of your background and the speaking area ready. Now, I request a gentleman, well-known figure of District 79. Let me tell you a secret about him. He is usually not a shallow person, but his two insecurities are looks and words. Of course, it has to be when I am here. The presiding officer for today's demo meeting, DTM Madhusha Nanayakkara, to come to the screen and start the proceedings of meeting. DTM Madhusha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Numan, our District 79 Webinar Manager. You have been a great asset to the program quality team as well as to District 79. Ladies and gentlemen, dear members of District 79 and distinguished guests from other districts, it is my pleasure and privilege to welcome all of you to the second demonstration meeting of District 79 online club meetings. Now, as our webinar manager correctly said, online platform is quite new to all of us, and there are many rules that we must follow. And the whole purpose of this demo meeting is to show you how effectively you can use this virtual environment. However, allow me to share with you a wise message that I received today through social media, and I thought that it was thoroughly interesting. So one of my friends mentioned, you know, must never forget to sing when we are on our lifeboats. I began to wonder, isn't that what we are doing at the moment? Fighting a pandemic, a global disease, but at the same time, we still keep a smile on our faces. And we share our thoughts and words passionately with our fellow members of Toastmasters. And that definitely is keeping us alive. And that even helps us to get rid of the stress caused by this global disaster. So that is absolutely a positive song that we sing Therefore, I kindly encourage all of you to keep on singing, even though life is a little challenging at the moment. Since this is a demonstration meeting, we will not be reading any minutes from the past meetings. Instead, let us hear from a couple of guests who are joining us from around the world and from District 79. And I'm happy to see that one of our past division governors is also, district governors is also joining us. So allow me to give the opportunity to DTM Saif Ali Sheikh to share with us a few words.
Mr. PQD, fellow Toastmasters, and the guests around the globe, Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening to all of you. And it is a pleasure for me to be with you in a virtual meeting. And this is the only way we can meet and say and learn from each other. Number two is that as per my plan, I should be here in Saudi Arabia at this point of time to attend the both district conferences. But fortunately, unfortunately, the COVID-19 2019 is preventing us to be in isolation. But we are not in isolation. We are a group, and no one can make any walls between us. That's the reason we are meeting here without the boundaries, without anything, and will continue meeting with each other through the virtual reality. And this is the only way that we can learn and grow together. Thank you, PQD.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Saif Ali Sheikh. You are a great inspiration to District 79. We still learn from you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now, dear leaders, among us are two distinguished leaders of District 79. I'm sorry I'm unable to locate DTM Samar. I think he's not available at the moment. However, we have our Club Growth Director, distinguished Toastmaster Rami Jawad. DTM Rami, could you please share with us a few words?
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and members, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening once again, online, to the Program Quality Director and his team, and the Webinar Manager and his team for this great effort. And I have a message today to all the participants today. Let's please take all the lesson learned today from the second demo meeting to our class. I cannot wait really to see invitations from all the class, to see them they are online. I know this is a tough time that we are going through, but this is where we can change challenge to opportunities as leaders. Once again, please open your heart, your mind, and your laptop as well, and try to take all the lesson learned today to the club meetings. And there is a little gentleman, you want to say hi to everyone? Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Sure. Thank you so much, and back to you.
Thank you, DTM Rami. We are also privileged that the district's public relations manager is with us, DTM Jolly Kollamparambil. We would love to hear a few words from you too.
Hello, distinguished Toastmaster Madhusha Nanaikara and your great team. You are doing a great job. I really appreciate you are doing a second time to accustomed with this type of a technology. And I am sure this is going to add value and foster our camaraderie and fellowship among our Toastmasters in a bad time. And wish you all the best for all of you. Great job. Keep it going. Thank you so much.
So dear leaders, we still have so many other guests with us. We'll be able to hear from them towards the end of this meeting. On that note, allow me to introduce to you the Toastmaster of this virtual meeting. The theme today is a little complicated, and that is why I leave it up to him to explain to you what this theme is all about. But we had a wonderful core idea to introduce our role players tonight. And that is to share with all of you a deep secret that they've been protecting themselves for all these years. Now, Distinguished Toastmaster Nias Kaiser is an open book. Most of the people do read him so well. But allow me to introduce him to you with this dark, deep secret that he's been keeping away from you. And that is that he looks so offensive, and he's so jealous of my beautiful hair and the skin complexion and the clothes that I use, that I choose to wear. But apart from that, there is also another little secret, and that is he's a leader who doesn't need any recognition in return of his service. He's a silent hero, and that is why people love him so much. So with a thunderous round of virtual applause, allow me to welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Nias Kaiser, the Toastmaster of the evening.
Mr. Presiding Officer, thank you very much for that a little bit of roasted introduction. Dear fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests from around the globe, a very warm good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Before I move further, let me see you all giving me a bright, shining smile. Everyone, please, I want to see your teeth. Some are hiding their teeth, but they are smiling. Thank you very much. So since there are a lot of people from around the globe, so I would like to introduce this evening like this. Hello, namaste, hola, marhaba, assalamu alaikum, ayubhavam, mabuhay, and gracias. How are you all doing? Excellent. Okay. Since you all have joined here in this demo meeting, which is organized by District 79 Program Quality Team, I would like to thank you all for taking your time out, the quarantine time out, and being here with us. And here we are breaking boundaries, and we are here to learn something. We are here to teach something, and we are here to be there for each other. Yesterday, I was talking to one of the Toastmasters Club, and I was telling the positivity that brings when we are connected to each other in this virtual world. We are all quarantined. We know here in Saudi Arabia, at this part of the world, after 7, it's a curfew. No one is about to go out, and there's a pin drop of silence outside. I'm here, stuck inside my home, thinking what to do, what not to do. I try to attend a lot of Toastmaster meetings. And when I attend Toastmaster meetings, that gives me a lot of positivity. I get to learn, even there is blessing in disguise. Now with that note, let us move further. Our today's program is divided into 3 segments. That is the prepared speech category, the table topics, and the best part where we all learn from each other, that is the evaluation. Now, allow me to introduce my team. To start with our grammarian. Our grammarian, his dark secret is an open book to everyone. But those who do not know, he is a pure vegetarian. When we were having our SETAC meeting back in my place, we tried to feed him a little bit of non-vegetarians, but we failed because he is committed to what he wants to do. So with a round of applause, please help me welcome our grammarian tonight, DTM Narasimha Rao Rampalli.
Thank you so much, our distinguished Toastmaster, Nias Kaiser, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters, leaders, and most welcomed guests from all around the world. Salam alaikum, good evening.
Good evening.
Today, I'm going to play the role as a grammarian, and my duty is to introduce the word of the day. Today's word of the day is relentless. Relentless is the word which is adjective. The meaning of relentless is unceasingly intense. I have some examples for this. First example is that the relentless afraid of coronavirus. There is another meaning for this word, relentless, is harsh or inflexible. If we go for an example, a doctor but relentless hard worker. The synonyms of this word, relentless, is persistent, continuing, constant, continual, continuous, etc. Antonyms: short-lived, irresolute, intermittent. An example for harsh, inflexible, in respect to the antonym, is lenient, merciful. From where this word came from, origin, is there is no specific place, but the first it was recorded in 1585 to 1595. It's like this: relent plus less, relentless. Another example is, I can say, the world has relentless determination to eradicate coronavirus. I urge all the Toastmasters tonight, whoever is going to speak online at their respective roles, please use the word relentless. Now, as a grammarian, it is also my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and listening carefully about the good usage and improper usage, along with the suggestions. Also, I will note down the quotes, thoughts, words, or the sayings by the speakers. Finally, I would like to request you all, urge you all to please use the word relentless during your speeches. I will submit my report when called upon. Back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Narasimha Rao. Now, in the beginning, our presiding officer, DTM Madhusha Nanayakara, mentioned that our theme tonight is a little bit tricky, right? Well, the theme says it's not the fall that kills you, it's the sudden stop at the end. When I was thinking about the situations going around, the pandemic which is going around the globe, I thought that everyone are taken aback. Everyone have been thinking about the pandemic. There is so much negativity going around. Now, let me tell you, my dear friends, in our life, there are many times that we come across challenges which can put you down. But what matters is what you do after you stand. It is up to you to make the choice. Now, to elaborate further on the theme, we have with us a gentleman who is a very good friend of mine, a car enthusiast, a gadget freak. You are going to look at him now, but remember, when you see him, there is a child hidden inside that face, and that's his darkest secret. Please put your hands together to welcome our 1-minute Toastmaster, Toastmaster Jaya George.
Fellow quarantine Toastmasters, good evening. Hope everyone is doing well. Achieving our goals is never easy. We have to be persistent, relentless in our efforts. Sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes taken a lot of sacrifices and years of efforts to reach the point where they are right now. There are many points, many obstacles coming forth, and there are where people will pull us down and put us into the ground. But again, it is our decision to pursue our dreams or to kill our dreams. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster George, for elaborating that. You absolutely nailed it. Now, moving further, as we all know, in Toastmasters, we are called punctual. We always tend to follow things on time. And this subconsciously reflects on our daily life as well. Now, we have with us a lady who's going to be our timer. Now, when I asked her about her darkest secret, she said that she doesn't have any darkest secret. So what she sent is, my secret belief. It says, each moment of your life is a picture which you had never seen before and which you will never see again. So enjoy and live life. Make each moment beautiful. Isn't that so profound thought? So let us hear from the lady himself who quoted this. DTM Roa Aman. Please put your hands together to welcome DTM Roa Aman.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Assalamu alaikum for each one in the Toastmaster fellow and guest. Thank you for the introduce Toastmaster of the Day. My role as a timer is to keep time all for the speaker, to ensure that everyone can speak within their allowance time, and also to help to ensure that meeting runs in the time. I will have 3 colors. I will write the green one when qualified in a qualified speech in the time. It will be in the 5 minutes, and yellow one, it will be for the 6 minutes, and the red one, it will be in the 7 minutes. And also I will have the table topics and evaluator speech. It will be 1 to 2 minutes. I will write the green one in the 1 minute, and the yellow card, it will be in the 1/2 minutes, and the red colors, it will be in the 2 minutes. And the speaker will have 30 seconds grace of the period after 2 minutes. And I will give my reports when they call me at the Toastmasters of the Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Roaman. Now, moving forward, we have with us a gentleman who is taking care of our verbal clutches, and he's going to explain his role as in our counter. Now, our counter tonight is Toastmaster Alagiri Selvaraj. Now, when I tried to find out what is his secret, the untold secret, he did not mention any. He just told me what are his achievements. But then somehow I could understand that there is a weakness, but not a secret. And his weakness is his daughter and his wife. Wife being a weakness? Let's hear from the man himself. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Alagiri Selvaraj, our counter tonight.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for relentlessly following me and finding my dark secret. As an all-rounder, today I will be closely listening to the speeches of our speakers and evaluators. I will be noting down the unwanted pauses, the verbal glitches such as etc. And also I will be noting down the filler words such as well, and, you, no, but, etc. I shall submit my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Alagiri. Now, as we all know, in Toastmasters, we have a democratic way of choosing the best speaker, the best table topic speaker, and the best evaluator. Now, to do the honors, we have with us a gentleman. You have already heard him open the meeting, Toastmaster Muhammad Numan. I don't know what his darkest secret is, but let me tell you that most of you don't know that he runs a YouTube channel and he is a vlogger. He's a motor vlogger, he's a photographer, and he also loves adventures. So those who wants to know anything about Photoshop or about motor vlogging, please contact Toastmaster Numan. So please put your hands together to welcome our vote counter, Toastmaster Muhammad Numan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for that introduction. I think I will get some more subscribers soon. Dear Presiding Officer, fellow Toastmasters, guests, my dear friends, a warm good evening to you all again. Tonight my role is that of a vote counter, and the technology has given me the option not to count the vote, but to run the poll. So I will be handling a poll after each speaking session, and you will be asked to choose the winner over your screen. Now, to test how it works, let us give it a try. Are you all ready? A thumbs up, please. Okay, here comes a poll, and it's asking simply from which location you are. Kindly vote and let's see which region wins here.
Yes.
Okay, choose your region, please. Quick, we have only 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and my seconds are very quick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that's good. A few more. I think 20 more people have to vote. I received 48. Where are the remaining? Not attentive? Okay, I will keep it on for a few more seconds. And my role also is to ensure that the votes are counted. So no need of that. The computer will do that for me. And to ensure certificates are filled properly, which will be given at the end. So this is how the voting will work. I will be coming back whenever the Toastmaster of the Day or the General Evaluator calls me. Till then, bye-bye. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Muhammad Numan. Round of applause for his innovative way of choosing the best speaker and best evaluator. Now moving further, we have with us a gentleman who has an eagle eyes and cat ears. He is the general evaluator of this meeting. In other words, you can call him the watchman or the dean of the college. Now, his darkest secret is many of us did not know that he is a great dancer and he imitates Michael Jackson. Would you believe that? And he is such a big fan of Michael Jackson that he has an original autographed cap that Michael Jackson wore during one of his concerts. Without much ado, please put your hands together to welcome our general evaluator, DTM Abdul Samir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster of the Evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests. Good evening and wonderful to join you all again with another demo meeting. Well, as the Toastmaster of the Day said that I will be having all my ears and eyes open to note down all the proceedings of the meeting. As a general evaluator, I will be looking at all the aspects of the meeting, conduct, speeches, and I will be introducing the evaluators for the table topics, the prepared speeches, and also call the meeting leaders' reports. During my segment, And what's important is, as we always say, that general evaluation or the evaluation segment is one of the important segments. Therefore, my comments may not be covered with rose petals. It's going to be coming out with critics. If, of course, the recognition, the commendation for the good, positives, and then highlight the negatives. Let's have a wonderful meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Why so serious, ladies and gentlemen? Why so serious? Let's make our mood a little bit lighter. Now, to make us laugh, we have with us someone who's very specialist in cooking spaghettis and macaronis. She is the Italiano. Please put your hands together to welcome the joke master of this evening, Toastmaster Riola Rosalba.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, good evening and buonasera a tutti. I hope you hear me.
Yes.
I'm going to attempt the things that I like least. Make a joke. So one man was sitting quietly on his couch, reading his preferred magazine, a Toastmaster magazine. His wife, coming from the back, suddenly arrived with another magazine in her hands and smashed his head. Bang! Ouch! What was that for? He was asking. That was because I found a piece of paper in your pocket with the name Mary Lou written on, she said. Darling, 3 weeks ago, I went to the horse races, and Marilu was the name of one of the horses that I was betting on. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I should have known better. Sorry again, she said. 3 days after, he was again sitting on the couch, this time watching the TV, a lovely football game. His wife came again, this time holding a very heavy Toastmaster trophy, and she was hitting him again. Bang! Oh! Almost knocked down, unconscious. Few seconds after, when he was able to talk, he was saying, "Oh my gee, what the hell was that?" He was saying. She said, "You know what, dear? Today, actually, I received a call from your horse." Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Riola, for that wonderful joke. It literally lightened up the mood. Thank you so much. One more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Italiano lady, please. Thank you so much. Now, it's time for us to move further for the educational session, and that is our prepared speech session. Our first speaker tonight is Toastmaster Chatra Disanayake. Now, before I invite Toastmaster Chatra Disanayake, may I request his evaluator, DTM Yasin Ali, to read out the objectives and the title of the speech.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining the virtual meeting, and special good evening to the speaker, Chatra Disanayake. Chatra is attempting his level 2, project 2 from Pathways Innovative Planner, and his project, this project focuses on different audience types and how to address them effectively. The purpose of this project is to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. And I think this is like the most best scenario that he's selecting, because we are on online and we are all getting accustomed to it. So well done, Chatra. And his speech title is "When You Are Sad, Tired, Outraged, and Puzzled." I think he is all of that. So let's welcome him.
Thank you so much, DTM Yasin Ali. Now, before I invite our first speaker, Toastmaster Chatra Dissanayake, who is the Division O champion. Let me tell you guys, someday you should visit his hometown, at least his place here in Khobar. The reason why I'm telling you that is because he is one of the best cook you will find in Sri Lankan community. So without much ado, please help me welcome the cook, champion speaker, and our speaker tonight, Toastmaster Chatra Dissanayake.
Toastmaster of the day, stop. Hey you, stop. You too stop. Program quality director, stop. Do you stop your car when you see this sign while driving? I know that we have some good drivers, but do you truly stop? Mr. Toastmaster of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the world now is a massive web of roads. We drive our lives too fast on it. We hardly see the stop signs before each junction, bend and cliff. So we crash so often and weep and scream and complain all the time. That was me for as long as I can remember, the biggest hothead in the world. I could easily jump the gun, fire the cannon, bang! Oh no, look what I have done. In school, punching the other kids in the face was my favorite thing. I literally knew how to break a leg. I kicked another kid in my village in the wrong place simply because he touched my bicycle. His parents still curse me for ending their family tree. Then I turned 29. I got married. I got a new punching bag. Oh, come on. Did you really think that I would punch my wife? I still remember the first day she cooked. It was her first time in the kitchen. I was so tired after work. She offered me dinner on a silver platter. But no salt, no spices. It was tasted like frozen water. The insensitive, arrogant monster inside didn't even think twice, pushed the plate away and screamed at her, "Is this what I got married for?" I kept scolding while my wife was sobbing in a corner. I did not think that she was too a human being, just like me. Ever since, every day was a fight. I was restless, always wished for an alternative, craved for happiness. But little did I know that the answer was with a single word that we see every day. Now, hoping to get a break, we went to Singapore for holidays. While we are on a water park, I saw a massive boat that read, "Sea snorkeling." Interesting. I joined the queue. What a mesmerizing surface of the massive seawater tank, but something wasn't right. 3 people entered the pool. Just 3 seconds into swim, they began to struggle and scream. The lifeguard took all of them out. Then came my turn, and lifeguard spoke. "Friends, I have only 3 rules for you. 1, stay calm. 2, use your hands to swim. 3, complete the circle and reach the exit." Now I put on the mask and wore the life jacket. On the whistle of the lifeguard, slowly walked into the pool. The water felt cold and got deeper and deeper. When it reached my neck, I sunk my face in. With the clear vision of the snorkeling mask, I figured that the pool was at least 15 meters deep. I wasn't a swimmer. Out of this paranoia, I began to struggle so hard. Then my breathing tube came out of my mouth. I swallowed a mouthful of salty seawater. I choked. Then I heard lifeguard screaming, "Hey, you stop!" That was his first rule. Stay calm. It was a worthy advice. "Are you okay, sir?" He swam to me. I took a while to put myself together and answered, "Yes, I will be." Ladies and gentlemen, magic is possible in this world, and that magic lies within you. I remain still. With me, entire world became still. In no time, I was swimming. The beauty inside the seawater tank began to reveal itself. Colorful fish, corals, plant, even some treasure. After that mesmerizing journey, I ran to my wife and held her hand tightly. Said, honey, I will stop. For the very first time, I could see her innocent smile. I know you work so hard to keep your family happy. I know that you are less appreciated. I know that it's okay for you to get angry, be wild or scream. But should you? We are at our weakest state when we are sad, S, tired, T, outraged, O, and puzzled, P. So stop. Stay calm. Think for a while before you work. Do not let those impulsive emotions choke you, drain the goodness out of you. Let life reveal its beauty, because you are better than that. You are stronger than that, and you deserve more than that. Because life reveals its beauty only if you stop to see it. This word brought happiness to my life, and it will also to the life of our daughter. So my dear friends, next time when you are sad, you, when you are tired, you, when you are angry, you, of course when you are puzzled, you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chatura, for that amazing speech. Thank you so much for inspiring us. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time. If you are filled with those negative thoughts, then stop. Reflect what you could do. As I mentioned, there are blessings in disguise. So stop and be positive. Now, moving further, we have our second speaker lined up, Toastmaster Faridul Hasan. Now, before I invite Toastmaster Faridul Hasan on the stage, let me invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Minuri Vijayasekara, to read out the objectives and the title of the speech.
Yes, thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. And good evening to the ladies and gentlemen of District 79 and beyond. Well, our second speaker, Toastmaster Faridul Hasan, will be attempting his Pathways Level 2, Project 2, Connect with the Audience, from his Path Innovative Planning. Let me read out the objectives in brief. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. His speech title is The Letter C. I wish you all the very best, Toastmaster Faridul Hasan, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Minuri Vijayasekara. Now, the gentleman, Toastmaster Faridul Hasan. He might look like a beast, but he is not. Because he is meow, a cat-like figure. Because he is the pet of our Toastmasters Club. We all love him so much. He is the man with a golden heart, and his darkest secret is he loves food. He just eats food with both hands. Please put your hands together to welcome the second speaker number 2, Toastmaster Faridul Hasan.
Let me start with the question. What is life? You know, there is a lot of theory behind it. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. One of the theory is life is just B to D. That is birth to to death. Am I right? You know, there is something missing in between this. The letter C. Letter C is the most important letter in our life. Letter C is the challenges we face and the choices we make to come across the challenges. Do you think life is like a smooth, like a highway? No. It is something like a roller coaster with ups and downs, failures and success, mix of emotions, lot of relationship, feelings and everything. That is life for you. You know, when I completed my engineering, I traveled to Dubai to go look for a job, and I got a job. And I started my career, hands full of pay. I was super happy. I felt everything came into my way. And something was missing in that. Love. I want to find a girl. I found a girl. I've fallen in love with her and I proposed to her. And she agreed. I was in cloud nine. At the same moment, I rushed to her parents' house and I proposed to marry her daughter. And you know what? The surprise is they immediately accepted. And we got engaged in 2010 and we were about to get married in 2011. My life was going happy. I was flying in cloud nine. It was 2010, last quarter of the year. The terrible C happened. You know what the terrible C is? Economic crisis. Economic crisis hit Dubai and all over the world, where thousands of employees were lost their job. And I was the victim too. I lost the job and I left Dubai and came back to India to look for a better one. I felt India is filled with a lot of opportunities. I started looking for a job. The problem there is, when I applied for my job, I was getting rejected. It was months past and my CVs were rejected. No one was accepting me. At one company, I asked them, what happened? Why you are not accepting my CV? I have all the eligible. Then one of the company, they replied to my question. They said, see, you worked in Gulf country, and sure, you look for a higher salary. That is one thing. And if you get a job in Gulf, and you will run away again to Gulf. I said, what? You didn't give me a chance. How do you know that I will run away? Sorry, sir, we are not taking any Gulf return employees. I don't know how to react to this answer. I lost my hope and I started losing my confidence. During that period, I got a call from my fiance's parents. And they just simply said, we are calling off your wedding. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. Just 2 months back, I felt I had everything. A job and love. And suddenly, everything disappeared from my hand. I felt I'm worthless. I don't know what to do. I was afraid of facing this world. I was scared to go out. I locked myself inside, avoided from family and friends. You know, in everyone's life, we have someone behind us who pushes us in front. Likewise, I had my mom and my friends who started motivating me each and every day to come out of this darkest zone. The continuous effort of them, I came out. And when I came out, I realized something. I said, the money is everything in this world. And I started running behind the money. I got a job, a handful of salary again, and I got married to a different woman. Now I am having a happy life. But something happened 2 months back which proved me that money is not everything. A terrific sea. A terrific sea is what we are facing now. Coronavirus, COVID-19. I don't know how to react to this because there are a lot of conspiracies behind this. And we will keep this decision to the experts. But how we can support this? It's our simple rules we have to follow. The rules laid down by the government, hospitals, the doctors, nurses, and the medical facilities who are working in front to fight for this. Just we have to support them. How? Just to follow the rules. Just follow the rules, whatever they lay down by the government. And one more thing. I want to thank the complete medical facility, the medical research center, the government for taking most precautionary actions for us to live safe and sound. Let us stand together to follow their rules and be safe at home. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Farid, for inspiring us with that speech. It was indeed a wake-up call, not just to me, but to everyone who were witnessing this speech. Now, may I have the timer's report?
Assalamu alaikum again. Good evening. All prepared speaker qualified for voting.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ruwa. So both the speakers are qualified for voting. Toastmaster Chatura Dissanayake was the speaker number 1, and Toastmaster Farid Al Hassan was the speaker number 2. And you will get a notification on your screen saying there will be 2 names written in it. You can choose the name of your best speaker and select as the winner.
All right, everyone, I'm going to launch the poll. Modi, you can continue.
Yep. Meanwhile, it's time for the table topic session. Are you all ready for the table topic session?
Yes.
Some are hiding and someone said yes. So I'm definitely sure that you all are looking forward for this wonderful session. Now, to conduct the table topic session, we have with us a gentleman who is young at heart. And his darkest secret is, even though if the whole world says no, he would still do it. But if his daughter says no, then he would never dare to do it. And he is the champion of funk dance competition in London in 1985. And this is how he looked like back then. Please put your hands together to welcome our table topic master. That is DTM Fetta Enayal. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, and good evening, or rather good afternoon from Florida to all my fellow Toastmasters, the champions of demo meetings. Our table topic, of course, is an opportunity for us to display our skills in impromptu speaking. And today, I think I'm allowed to have 5 speakers, if I'm not wrong, which have already pre-selected. And the the session is as follows. We all remember the speech of Muhammad al-Qahtani where he said the words are power. So I'm going to give each speaker one word which is worth 1 trillion megawatts of power. And it's up to him to within 2 minutes or 1 minute to 2.5 minutes to actually develop a mini speech on this. Now, my first candidate is DTM Johnson Samwag, and the word which is 1 trillion megawatt for you, DTM Johnson, is patience. Patience. Please develop a mini speech on the word patience.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
It takes relentless effort to have an online session like this with a global participation. Thank you, Table Topic Master. In our life, we deal with the challenges. Every inch of our life has those challenges. And that takes a lot of patience to deal with these challenges. Around us right now, we are having a global pandemic situation, but we are dealing with it. We are continuing our life as normal, and that requires a lot of patience in adjusting our lifestyle to suit the current scenarios. And this is what makes us a better person, not only for ourselves, for the society, and to develop others. The great effort when you have a success is when you consistently apply patience in your life. Let me share with a small topic. I used to attend international conferences, and I was sitting among the audience one day, and my boss told, Johnson, you should be standing on the stage and giving a speech. And that what was a striking instruction to me. I developed that. I worked with patience to enable myself instead of an attendee in a conference to a speaker. And the next year when that international convention happened, I was a speaker. And that took a lot of patience to develop myself, to prepare myself to that occasion. And that's what makes you a better person. Apply patience in your lifestyle, in your activities, in your life, and that will make you a better person. You will be exhibiting the skill sets of patience to others. Your children will be observing you as they grew, and they will look at you as a tall leader with the patience. And that character will get embedded in themselves, and that will enable them to a better person. They deal with the patience. They apply patience. When you get a great task, you get a task to be done. You consistently approach it with patience, your success will be unrolling. And that's what we all need to develop. This habit, we need to cultivate, we need to promote, and the more you promote, the more success will be yielding towards your life. And that's what we all need at this current time of challenges. Apply your patience, live your lifestyle, adjust it, more patience. Let us exhibit patience and glorify the society around you. That's all what we need to do. And I urge all of you to be a man, to be a woman with patience, and let us drive that culture around us. Back to the table topic speaker. Master.
Thank you very much. And the second speaker is Joseph Martin. Joseph Martin, Toastmaster Joseph Martin, and your word is creativity. Creativity. Please go ahead.
Thank you, DTM Feta, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. In this period of isolation, we need creative mind. If you sit idle and if you try to restrict yourself in terms of movement and in terms of your thoughts, then your life is going to be miserable. This is a challenge. This is a world challenge, and every country in this world, today it is 195 countries are affected.
All the people in the world are facing this challenge. But those who come out of this challenge are the people who will look inside their mind and see how their gray cells can be triggered and how their thoughts can be driving innovations and how that positive, creative mind is transferred to their own spouses, their own parents, their own children within their houses. Today, our life is limited. We are completely limited within our 1,000 square feet or 500 square feet or 2,500 square feet house. We cannot move outside. But with our mind, with our thoughts, and with our ingenious capability, we can definitely travel the world. We can think about what new learnings we can have. We can think about how we can become much more humorous. And we can think about how we can be supportive each other using technology. And this Zoom meeting for Toastmasters, this is the best example of using creativity to drive the Toastmaster movement in this time of adversity. The relentless efforts of our district leaders and our division leaders and area leaders have resulted in we all coming together in the spirit of Toastmasters during this time of challenge. It is definitely our creativity and our ingenuity and our intellectual capacity that is going to drive towards the success. We should all become innovative and creative during these challenging times. Over to you, DTM Feta.
Thank you so much. And our third candidate is Toastmaster Farheen Said. Toastmaster Farheen Said. The word is fake news. Fake news.
Do you believe everything you hear? I just told you 500 people died in Saudi Arabia today. Is that true? What do you think? I'm going to tell you by the end of this month, this world is going to be over. None of us are going to be alive. Do you believe that? The social media is buzzing with people like that. There's news and there's fake news. Which one to believe and which one to let go? Why is news important when it's fake? That's simply because you and I don't know what the difference is. In today's pandemic, we know that we want news, we want to be updated, but how do we know which is fake and which is not? Use your judgment, people. Get out there and think. Use resources that are reliable. In our relentless pursuit to be updated, we forget that news can be fake. Why is fake news dangerous? I can give you an example. Yesterday, someone came up to me and said, do you know we have a person tested positive in our neighborhood? What would I do? Anyone, what would they do? They would jump and say, oh my God, I'm not safe. What's going to happen? But I kept my calm. I said, how do you know it's true? Did that come from a reliable source? Well, it's on WhatsApp. So what? Everything on WhatsApp doesn't have to be true, right? You are responsible for what you hear and what you take in. Not everything you take in has to be true, and not everything you take in and use should be used the way it should. So please, especially at this time, as a social distancing phenomenon is big. You and I are doing this online simply because we shouldn't be meeting, right? But what about all the news that comes and touches us? It touches us this close unless we push it away. So make sure that fake news doesn't come to you and affect you the way it should. Make sure you have a good judgment between what's right and what's wrong. Exaggeration. People who have nothing to do, they get creative and start putting these things on social media, right? Can you and I make out the difference between the right news and the wrong? The fake news and the correct? Do we look at reliable sources? Or do we just take in everything that comes because we want news? What kind of news? You decide. Back to you.
My next speaker is my grand mentor, DTM Sheikh Shakil, Dr. Sheikh Shakil Anjem. DTM Dr. Sheikh Shakil Anjem. And the 1 trillion mega word for you, 1 trillion megawatt word for you is bliss. Bliss, I repeat, bliss. Thank you.
Bliss is a word which is very near to graceful. Every person likes his life to be bliss, but it may not be, the person may not be blessed with that. In short, if you want your life to be graceful and bliss, blooming, any time of your age, then there are few things which you must take care. One is the positive attitude. Always be positive. Whether you are in crisis or whether your company is in crisis or whether the country is in crisis. Is it coronavirus affecting the entire world as a pandemic or something affecting your family? But if you keep a positive attitude and have your cool, then definitely your life will be much more better, bliss, comfortable, and you will not create panic and phobia, and you will succeed. In short, the most important part where a person's test comes is when he gets retired. Because at that time, a regular job goes away, your children are grown up, there are no more children, and then you have to go back to your country, provided you are working in Saudi Arabia-like country. Otherwise, definitely your life will be bliss if you are in Europe or USA. But again, with all these adversary, if you continue to keep your positive attitude, cool, and never say die, continue to be whatever you are doing. Don't sit idle at home. Definitely there is a lot of work. If you are a Toastmaster, you will develop a lot of talent that you can give to the society, to the world. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, and my last candidate, okay, DTM Jolly, you're the last candidate, and your word is, of course, DTM Jolly has actually been my evaluator for so many times, and I've got so many scars which have made me what I am today, because I've learned from them. However, your word is opportunity. Opportunity, DTM Jolly. Thank you.
Opportunity. Yes. Do you think you need any other example than the one which we are going through to find opportunity? If we cannot, we need to check again. We are in the darkest time of this contemporary era. We are going through, the humanity is going through a situation where there are apprehensions, doubts, and panic. But now you see, I can see on my screen 73 people together. We are meeting in a very productive, qualitative Toastmasters meeting. How it is possible? Because we tapped the opportunity in the worst time. And I really thank Toastmasters International. And at the same time, our district leaders, like our education, like program quality and his team, they identified the opportunity in that. So we can use this type of things in any setbacks, any difficulties you face in your personal level, and capitalize, look for opportunities. I am sure some opportunities are not that visible as easy, but if you look, try, you will strive. You will definitely find opportunity and will move forward. Thank you so much for Toastmaster Fraternity for bringing this platform into being so that we can meet and talk and emulate our Toastmaster meeting from a physical level to a virtual level. This is opportunity. This is opportunity. I really believe the unlimited potential of human being to strive. Our civilization has developed so far only because of that. So keep going on. Look for opportunities. Thank you so much. Back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. And that concludes the session of table topics. Thank you for the participants. Thank you for the TMOD giving me the opportunity. Once more again, it's 1975, not 1985. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Thank you so much, DTM Fatah, for that wonderful session. Now, may I have the timer's report?
Good evening again.
Good evening.
All table topic speakers are qualified except DTM Johnson. He is unfortunate. He is not eligible for voting.
Thank you so much, DTM Roa Aman. Dear fellow Toastmasters, you may cast your vote to Toastmaster Joseph Martin, Toastmaster Farheen Said, DTM Sheikh Shakil Anjum, or DTM Jolly Kolam Parabil. Any one of these.
All right, everyone, the polling will be on your screen now. Please vote for the best table topic speakers. And TMOD, you may continue.
Thank you so much. Now, on a public demand, I'm going to show the picture of DTM Fatah again. Please have a very close look. This is how handsome he was when he was back in 1975. Okay, with that, now we are moving forward towards our evaluation session. With purpose, with direction, with aim, with goal. Am I doing it right? We need evaluation in our life to tell us, to guide us, to navigate us, telling that you are doing it right, or this is how you have to do. And today we have with us a gentleman. Now, from now on, I'm going to call this gentleman as MJ, Michael Jackson of District 79. Please put your hands together to welcome our MJ, Michael Jackson of District 79, DTM Afdal.
Michael Jackson with a beard. Huh? Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. Fellow Toastmasters, guests from around the world, welcome to our demo meeting, and I am privileged and honored to be your general evaluator for the meeting. Let's get into business straight away without wasting any time. Let's move on to the prepared speeches first. The first prepared speaker was Chatura Dissanayake. What a wonderful speech it was. And then he rocked the stage as usual. Now, I'm not the evaluator for his speech. The evaluator who's going to give the feedback to the speaker is a very good friend of mine. And the same question I asked him, that what is his darkest secret? He says that it's the one that shall not be named. So I was wondering and pondering over it. But why know one secret of him? That is an open secret, that he secretly helps many Toastmasters. And also I recently knew that he is also helping non-Toastmasters in every way possible to achieve, to become successful. Now, to move on, his true passion is to create self-confidence in individuals. So this is the secret I was talking about. This is his secret. He does not wish to tell it openly, but then this is what he's doing. And the biggest fall in life is the day he lost his father just after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the first evaluator, my best friend, a good leader, distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Yasin.
Thank you very much, DTM Afdal. And it was such a wonderful experience to hear DTM Chatura and his speech really at the start. And I would like to say, before we go anywhere, let's stop yes, let's stop, let's take a pause before we move ahead. And I will be very happy if you can take the pause and listen to the evaluation. So the amazing thing about Chatura was the complete preparedness for the speech. So he arranged his set media, he did the setup, and I really loved how he used the props to express his message and the way he started. That really made me curious, like what is he speaking about? Why is he showing this sign? The sign is what we see in the roads, and now it's curfew time, so anyone is not seeing this sign. Is he like missing the roads or what? But really, the way he went through this speech, sharing his personal stories and anecdotes, really made a lot of difference. He explained how small things in life can make a huge difference, and also he explained he shared a few tips from his personal experiences and his life lessons. I really love those things about Chatura, and you are doing an amazing job, Chatura. There were 2 points that I really wanted to emphasize on. Was the view of the camera, because some of your hand gestures were going out of the camera. So if you can adjust it like in a better manner, it will be very good, especially for online meetings. But I really love your body language. If it was a general stage, I think you would have done amazing. Also, the fact about like I felt in the big places that you rush through the words. So if you could pause, and that will emphasize the points that you were sharing. Really amazing. And really amazing job with connecting the whole speech and the stop sign. Thank you, DTM After.
Thank you, DTM Yasin, for that wonderful evaluation. I'm sure the speaker got very valuable inputs to proceed further. One thing I like about the speech is that he ended the speech the way he started. This is something very unique, very expected from an international speaker. You started with the stop sign and you ended with the stop sign. A wonderful speech. Just one point to the Toastmaster of the day is that when you introduced the speaker, you did not repeat the title. Of course, it was told by the evaluator, but then as the Toastmaster of the day, you should have announced the title as well. Now moving on to the second speaker, who was Toastmaster Farid Al Hassan with the letter C. I was wondering whether he's going to talk about vitamin C. No, but he brought in something more important than that. Now, to evaluate this speaker, he is fortunate to have a wonderful princess who's going to evaluate him. Now, what is her secret, deepest secret or darkest secret? Honestly, she doesn't have great secrets. She's open to book. If she has to give a secret, one thing she can tell is reading middle grade fantasy books. I don't know how many of you know that she has a habit of this, and she's weirdly obsessed with rain. Isn't that very strange? Well, passion, trying to find the happiness in the darkest of times, which something like what we are in now. The biggest fall in her life is not grabbing the right opportunity at the right time, which many of us have failed. Please help me welcome to the lectern to evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Minuri. Toastmaster Minuri Vijayasekhar.
Thank you very much, DTM After, for that lovely introduction. Yes, I am weirdly obsessed with rain. Okay. A gorgeous quote that actually crossed my mind today was, in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take in our life. And today, my letter C that I am grateful for is the chance that I have to evaluate a captivating speaker like you, Toastmaster Farid. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and especially good evening to you, Toastmaster Farid. Your speech was absolutely beautiful. The first thing I really loved was your question at the start. What is life? You almost gave me an existential crisis, but you managed to capture the attention as well. So well done on that. Second away, you rightly gave away the mystery. The letter C stands for the challenges. I really like the fact that you were direct about that. Next thing that I observed and I loved about your speech were your powerful pauses. Powerful and puzzling pauses, because it gave me the time to absorb your words and think about what you're actually saying to all of us. The next thing that I loved was your vocal modulation. You were conversational at the correct time, you were sad at the right time, you were happy and excited at the right time, and it gave me a feel of what you were going to say, and it was wonderfully done. Now, life's challenges and changes give way, and today, with your consent, I would like to give you a couple of recommendations so that you can have a constructive change. The first recommendation is about your gestures and your facial expressions. I felt because your speech was really emotional, your gestures and your facial expressions didn't really line up with the emotions of the speech. So when you are giving sadness or an emotion to the audience, I think your facial expressions and your gestures should match it accordingly. The second thing I noticed is your conclusion. I felt you went off a little bit on a tangent talking about COVID-19, and you sort of abruptly ended your speech without reiterating the point that you were making at the start. So you can take care of that the next time you're giving a beautiful speech like that. So thank you very much for that lovely speech. We had great questions, wonderful vocal modulation, and a lovely, powerful pause. If you work on these recommendations, I hope that you and I and everybody here listening to us can find the courage and conviction to change the challenges that we have that are given to us by life's biggest C right now, COVID-19. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Minuri, for that usual wonderful evaluation to the speaker. I'm sure the speaker got a lot of points that where he can improve. One suggestion I would like to give the speaker also, as that we are going on virtual meetings, and which coincides with the evaluator's comment of the expressions, is that the position of the camera was not appropriate. Maybe it could have been raised a little so that it has the direct view about chest height, so that the whole posture can be clearly visible. However, wonderful speech. Thank you so much for that great persuasive speak, which is the need of that time to every one of us. Thank you so much. Now moving on to the next evaluator. It's the table topics evaluation. This table topic evaluator is going to have a tough time because we have 5 speakers, 5 wonderful speakers with great topics. Let me invite this evaluator. He tries to be clear as much as possible. This is his secret. He wants to be clear. And one thing I know about him, it's a very short time period that we have interacted with each other. But what I know is that he is having a wisdom. He's having wisdom. He knows a lot of stuff. He attends demo meetings, trainings. I have seen many places, and this is his secret, his wealth, that he knows information. Looking into every situation around and try to analyze, this is the reason that he follows sports a lot. That is his passion. He's a passionate sportsman. Glad to know about it. And then he has many setbacks, like self-discipline in many areas, like gaining knowledge, sticking to development plans, and help his family more, which is he sees as the biggest height. Wonderful, wonderful. I believe you are a family man. Please help me welcome our table topics evaluator for today, Toastmaster Ali Al-Suwai.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator DTM Afdal, for the wonderful introduction. Yes, Toastmasters, it is very important for us. And today, as table topic evaluator, I'll evaluate all the speakers, but I'll limit my evaluation to one area that I found can be shared with others, and one area of improvement, if applicable, because we are relentless for our effort for improving. Now, first speaker is DTM Samuel Johnson, and what I loved about your speech, DTM Samuel, is that you gave a story of your boss when he told you you should be on the stage, and how you transformed that one. This is very inspirational for me into actual and with work, and you showed us that. One area of improvement is you focus on your hand gesture. It is like when you're addressing the audience, you should point to them, to the camera. When you success, you know, you should give us the feel for important words. Second speaker is Toastmaster Joseph Martin. Your question about creativity. I loved about your speech is that you clearly described the problem, and we are confined in the space, and you know the result that we should, you know, that or the solution we should be creative with technology and such. You elaborated a lot. That I love your organization. It is wonderful. I will not share any point of improvement here. Third speaker was Toastmaster Farheen Sayed, and about fake news. Fake news. What I love is addressing the audience from the beginning. That is engaging them. That you did a good job with that. One area of improvement, I've seen you giving the result, like two suggestions, which is rely on your judgment and find good sources. And you repeated them in the you know, I would love to do that because it is very good practice, but I would add to it that you should elaborate on that point. Like, for example, find reliable sources and you will have good feeling in you that have found the right information. Repeating is good, but it has to be done in an organized way. It is fourth speaker is DTM Sheikh Shakil Anjum. Your word was blessed. I love the triad that you use, and it is everybody should listen to that. Crisis for you, crisis for your family, or crisis for you or the country. That is good use and very organized. But I didn't see how you transition from being the crisis and the blessing into the retirement, and so focus on transition so that we understand it more. And the fourth speaker was DTM Jolie, and he was speaking about opportunity. It has very good words. Banning, doubt, you use them. It's very good. What I want, an area of improvement is the word that was giving you opportunity is very descriptive word and very good word. But you repeated it a lot, which is good. But also you need, when you repeat it, stress it in the important time so that it is very obvious for the audience. So we repeat the word, but we stress sometime so that we attract the audience. So all in all, very wonderful table topic from our table topic master and speaker. Thank you all. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali. Now let's move on to the meeting leader reports before anything else. First of all, I would like to invite our grammarian, Toastmaster Narasimha Rao, to give out his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Narasimha Rao.
Good evening and Assalamu alaikum to my dear fellow Toastmasters and most welcomed guests. Well, as a grammarian, as I told that I have been noted down how many times the word of the day has been used today by our speakers. I'm really happy that almost all the Toastmasters were used the word of the day. Let's see who is used how many times the word of the day. Our distinguished Toastmaster Nayaz Kaiser used 6 times. Toastmaster J.R. George 1 time. Toastmaster Chaitanya Disanayake 2 times. Distinguished Toastmaster Yasin 1 time. Distinguished Toastmaster Johnson Samuel, 2 times. Toastmaster Joseph Martin, 1 time. Distinguished Toastmaster Fateh Nail, 2 times. Toastmaster Farheen Said, 3 times. Distinguished Toastmaster Sheikh Shakil Anjum, 2 times. Distinguished Toastmaster Jolly Kalam Barambel, 1 time. And our Toastmaster Minuri Vijayashekara, 3 times. Thank you all for using this word of the day during your speeches lavishly. I'm so happy, and thank you once again to all the Toastmasters. Now, let's see the good usages of the sentences or words or sayings in today during your speeches. Let's start with our distinguished Toastmaster Nayaz Kaiser. So much negativity going around, pandemic, a gadget freak, there is a child hidden, darkest secret, each moment, make each moment memorable, Italiano, reflect, stop and be positive, blessings in disguise, look like beast, young at heart, to guide us, to navigate us. Our J.R. George, Toastmaster J.R. George, achieving our goals are not easy, many obstacles to pursue our dreams. Toastmaster Chatura, scream, fire the cannon, new punching bag, silver platter, we see every day, train the goodness out of you. When you are puzzled, you stop. Distinguished Toastmaster Yasin, anecdotes, small things makes huge difference, emphasize. Distinguished Toastmaster Johnson Samuel, global participation, a lot of patience to deal with challenges, character embedded within you, we need to cultivate, success will be yielding, exhibit patience. Toastmaster Joseph Martin, creativity, isolation, graces can be driven, limited within, in this time of adversity, drive towards success. Toastmaster Faridul Hassan, life is just B2D, that is birth to death, and C for challenges and choices. Life is like a highway, a roller coaster. Rush to her parents' house. Distinguished Toastmaster Fateh Nail, words of power, which is from Muhammad Katani. Distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Katani, develop a mini speech, 1 trillion megawatt, patience. Farheen, Toastmaster Farheen Said, today's pandemic, get out there and pursue. Pandemic situation, exaggeration. Distinguished Toastmaster Sheikh Shakil Anjum, graceful, blooming, positive attitude. Distinguished Toastmaster Jolly Kalam Parambil, apprehensives, panic, unlimited potential opportunities. Toastmaster Minuri Vijayashekara, absolutely beautiful, capture the attention, constructive change, find conviction and courage. These are all the sayings, good usages and good words by our speakers. Let's see some of, because all the distinguished Toastmasters are, they have their great speeches. I noticed some which are need some suggestions. Rush to her parents' house can be approach immediately to her parents' house. About to get married, it can be, I was supposed to get married. Then limited within our 1000 or 2000 square feet, we can say simply within our vicinity. Then achieving our goals are not easy. According to me, it can be were not easy because it is in the past tense and also already happened. These are all some suggestions which I could note it down, and this is my report for tonight's as a grammarian. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian, for the detailed report. Wonderful report. Right, let's move on to the account report. Toastmaster Alagiri Selvaraj, can we have your report on the filler words? Toastmaster Alagiri Selvaraj.
General Evaluator and my dear fellow Toastmasters, good evening once again.
Good evening.
And let me submit my account report. Toastmaster Chatura, one filler word, now. Toastmaster Faridul Hassan, one filler word, lot of, and the repeated words such as I don't, just, I want, and one unwanted pose. Toastmaster Ali Elsway, he has 14 hours, one filler word, but repeated words such as and, you know. Toastmaster Mohammad Numan, 1 hour. Toastmaster Afdal, our general evaluator, one unwanted pose. DTM Feta, word and DTM Jolly, one repeated word, this is. With this, I end the account report, and congratulations for all those speakers who done an excellent job. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Accountant Toastmaster Alagiri Devaraj. Now, to have the timer's report on the evaluators, can I have a confirmation from the timer whether all the evaluators are qualified for voting?
All evaluator it is qualified to voting. Back to you.
The evaluators are Toastmaster Yasin, Toastmaster Minuri, and Toastmaster Ali Suwei. Can we release the poll? And then, Madam Timer, please, can we have your report?
Toastmaster Muhammad Yasin, 2 minutes, and Toastmaster Minuri, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Ali Suwei, 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Also, grammarian is qualified for voting.
All qualified.
Grammarian, DTM Narasimha Rao.
That will be under the presiding officers.
All right. So I'm releasing the, launching the poll. Please vote for the best evaluator. You may continue while the polling is on.
Yes, thank you so much, Madam Timer and vote counter. Now, just to move to the general evaluation of the whole meeting. To begin with, thank you, Sergeant at Arms, for starting the meeting wonderfully well. You really poured energy into the meeting with having those lovely slides, which really gave meaningful meaning to the meeting. Thank you so much for starting it. And we also started on time. We stipulated we will start the meeting at 8:05. Yes, we started at 8:05. And then we moved on to the handing over sessions, which was perfectly done by the role players. The Sergeant at Arms handing over to the presiding officer, then the presiding officer handing over to the Toastmaster of the day, was done respectfully and diligently. I mean, the introductions were wonderful. It's a new way of introducing. Usually we hear that speaking about Toastmasters, but now today, it took a different turn. It went a little personal. That means we showed that the family bonding, I mean, the closeness within the Toastmasters. That is, I really appreciate the Toastmaster of the Day's initiative on that. Well, then the transitions were perfectly well. Guests were introduced by the presiding officer, and they also spoke in the beginning. Introduction of the meeting leaders and their description of the roles were clear, very clear. Only issue, what I want to highlight, the timer was explaining the timing criteria for TP and evaluation with the same timing. So that we have to, either we leave it to the evaluators for the specific criteria, or it has to be clearly stipulated that prepared speeches, what is the timing criteria, table topics, what is the criteria, and the evaluation, what is the criteria. Vote counter started with a demonstration of trial run, which enabled all of us to know how it is done. Congratulations on that initiation. Very good. It was a very good example to the others. And the general evaluator's explanation was too long, so it should be, cut short. Joke master, wonderful. Humor to light up. We were all in a serious mode, but then you came in and then you lit up the meeting room with your humor. Thank you so much for that. When we moved on to the prepared speeches, both the speakers did a wonderful job, and the evaluation given to them were very specific and helpful. Then we moved on to the table topics. Thank you, Table Topics Master, for bringing that 1 trillion powerful word. It was very simple, and it enabled all the speakers to speak on the topic. However, I would like to highlight a few points on the table topic speakers. Speaker 1, I think he did not notice the timer's window, if I'm not mistaken. That's why, because when I saw he was going on speaking, maybe he did not identify the timer's window, maybe. That's why he had to overshoot. And the speaker 4, the video appearance was too close to the camera. It did not look appropriate. And then again, the speaker 5, the video positioning also was not appropriate. Remember, he was looking down at the camera, which is not a good position for a speaker. So I advise the speakers to adjust the camera position, the height and the length, so that it is clear for the audience to view properly. It should look like we are in a meeting room. That's the importance. Then all the evaluators did their role very well. Toastmaster DTM Yasin, his voice was a bit holly, like, it sounded like he was speaking in a hall. So it lacked a little clarity. So maybe we need to improve on that, because evaluation is very important. The speaker should get your points very clearly with a lot of clarity. Now, furthermore, we started the meeting on time, but we are running late. Where did we go wrong? We need to have a postmortem and identify where we went wrong. And then why not we have the timer showing the timing card even when the meeting leaders are showing the report, even the GE, if he's running. I saw the timer showing the card for me so that I can, it really highlighted me so that I can, move forward to the evaluators, cut short my time. So I think that could be a move also where we can introduce even the meeting leader reports when they have given a time slot. Timer can use the time card to show that for them not to overshoot. And in my video, I saw video switching was happening, like when the speaker's video was coming to me in a big screen. And then each time I had to go to the gallery view, click the gallery view to see the overall picture. So I don't know whether it was a technical thing or was it a setting, because while the speaker is speaking, suddenly if somebody is making a noise with the speaker mic unmuted, that picture is coming to the main screen. So sometimes the speaker's window is going away. We need to take care of that. Then for the responses, the applause, speaker is asking a question, we need to respond. In a regular meeting, we see that responses, then the applause. What if we have some of the role players' mics unmuted so that they can give the response, they can applaud? Somewhat it will give a meeting room scenario where we can hear the applause from at least few members, the role players, even the responses, the laughter. That will, I think, enrich the meeting as well, at least bringing us closer to the real meeting scenario. At the TT, end of the TT, table topics. The program was running late by 15 minutes, where the Toastmaster of the day should take control and indicate to the meeting leaders we have to catch up the time. So that 15 minutes now it's going away from us. So that is something each Toastmaster of the day have to take care of. And we need to have a backup timer, because timing is very important for the speaker. Now I noticed that sometimes the timer's video was going on. It's technical. We cannot, have 100% perfect. So if we have a backup timer or audible timing, if we can voice out the timing, we have to plan for our virtual meeting. Then one suggestion I would like to bring is in our part of the area, we have the Wordmaster and the Grammarian, two different roles, so that it gives to another Toastmaster to have a meeting leader role and participate in the meeting, which also gives the Wordmaster to focus on his role, the Grammarian to focus on his role, because Grammarian is a very, very important role of Toastmasters, where our grammars get corrected. So if we can have two different roles here, I'm sure these two people can focus on their role and give a better output with that to the members. Having said all of this, I am really, really happy to be involved in this meeting. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for selecting me as the general evaluator. And we all enjoy the meeting. Almost 70 odd people are watching this meeting, and I'm sure they got an input of how they should conduct their club meetings. Congratulations to the whole team. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for that valuable evaluation. Indeed, a lot of things to learn. Our PQD has raised the hand, so I'm going to unmute Mr. PQD. Yes, sir, Mr. PQD.
Mr. Toastmaster of the Day, the time is 10 p.m. now. As per the agenda, it is the time to adjourn. So in order for us to continue with the meeting proceedings, we need to carry a motion. Dear facilitator, please pay attention to the raised hands.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we
Yeah, I
can
raise
hear
a
you.
motion to extend the meeting by 10 minutes.
I second the motion.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it has been properly moved and seconded that this meeting be extended by 10 minutes. Since this is a general assembly, I would call for a vote from all of you. Those who are in favor of this motion may now answer to the poll so as the attendees were not in favor of this motion. Dear vote counter, please release the poll. On our screens, ladies and gentlemen, those who are in favor of this motion may now raise their hand and cast the vote.
Yeah, the virtual hands, we have 8 hands raised. The others are raising physically.
All right, those who are not in favor of this motion may now cast your vote. Since the majority is in favor, this motion is carried. The meeting is extended by 10 more minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, welcome back once again. This is Toastmaster Naz Kaiser, Toastmaster of the Day. Almost we are at the verge of concluding our meeting. Now, first of all, I would like to give a huge shout out to all those attendees who attended this meeting. When I was counting down the numbers, I saw there were 70 plus numbers. A round of applause to everyone. Thank you very much for taking your busy time out and being here attentive. And most of the members are here from around the globe. With this, now, life is like a wheel, as we all say. We started with the Toastmaster of the Day. Then we moved on for the table topics, then the evaluation, and then it comes back to me. Now, if you look at our life, When we were kids, we barely walked. We were scrolling on the floor. We needed support. And then we got strength. And then we started walking, we started running. And as we got older and older, we again go back to the same phase of life, where we start slowing down, we forget how to run, we don't have energy to run, and then slowly we are wheelbound. And that's the irony of life. With that said, I would like to return the control back to our presiding officer, DTM Madhusha Nanayakkara, the Program Quality Director of District 79. Thank you very much, DTM Madhusha Nanayakkara, for the opportunity. It was my honor to be the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Naz Kaiser. You were a fantastic Toastmaster of the evening. And this is our second demo meeting from District 79 for the English-speaking Toastmasters. And you did a fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him another round of virtual applause. Now, I would like to recognize the winners of this meeting. Dear vote counter, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We are ready to go.
So let us hear from you. Who's the best speaker of this fabulous meeting?
All right. Do you want me to say it or show it?
Show or say.
Say. All right. Okay. And the best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Farid Hassan. Toastmaster Farid.
Right, congratulations. Best table topic speaker.
Best table topic speaker award goes to, any guesses? Any guesses, gentlemen, ladies? And it is Toastmaster Farheen Singh. It looks like all F is taking the awards. And the best evaluator. Any guesses again?
May I?
Yeah, please.
No, you do the honors.
Okay, it is Toastmaster beating the F, W, Vijay, Vinuri, Vijay Sekara.
Right. Thank you, vote counter, for supporting us with that virtual award ceremony. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that we had a fantastic meeting, which was also joined by Toastmasters from around the world. District 79 is known for its diversity. We have Toastmasters representing different countries, various nationalities and cultures. And that is why on this one screen, we see different faces of different complexions and different attributes. However, among us are few guests who have come to attend this meeting from different other countries and districts. So allow me to welcome a program quality director. She is the program quality director of District 82, Sri Lanka and Sri Lanka and Chennai. So distinguished Toastmaster Munivara, could you please share with us your thoughts about this meeting?
Yes, Madhusha, thank you very much for inviting for the meeting. I really enjoyed the meeting. It was an excellent organized meeting and I thoroughly enjoyed. Well done. Best wishes for the future meetings.
Thank you so much. Joining us also is the Program Quality Director of District 49, Distinguished Toastmaster Gary Vaknitsky. So, DTM Gary, what do you think of District 79 and its culture, its feel compared to your district? All right. Until Gary joins back, let me invite the Program Quality Director of District 41, Distinguished Toastmaster Nimish. DTM Nimish. What did you find as something intriguing or different from your district in District 79?
Thank you, Toastmaster Maddie. It was amazing to see this meeting here. We all are locked down here in India, and I must thank you for giving me a chance to attend one of your meetings. It was fabulous. Something special about your meeting, I find it to be too professional, and yes, the way you did a voting to extend your meetings by 10 minutes, I should not even wait for another 1 minute to end my speech. So thank you, District 79. It was a fabulous meeting. Thank you.
So Gary, are you ready?
Good evening, Toastmasters from around the world, from New York City, where I have been self-quarantining for 14 days at this point. But that doesn't mean we all still don't hold wonderful Toastmasters meetings. It is great to see my fellow PQDs online. As you can tell, we are all one big family. Madhusha and Nimish, Nurul, we all know each other. This was a great meeting. I thank you all for the invite to it. Please be safe. Please stay healthy. And until the next meeting, I look forward to joining you.
Thank you so much. Well, as we are closing the time to adjourn, let me tell you this. Of course, we have come from different countries and we represent different cultures, but in Saudi Arabia, we are one family. And that is exactly why we could put together a team to demonstrate an online club meeting. And these members are from various cities, from Riyadh, from Dammam, from Khobar, from Dhahran, from Jubail, everywhere. So that shows that still District 79 is a great family and we move forward together. Now there is a great saying by Abraham Lincoln, and that is, you can be whoever you want to be. You can be wherever you want to be, but make sure that you be good. And that is the only solution to fight a global disaster like what we are facing today. And that is only by showing the goodness in our hearts. And dear Toastmasters of District 79, on that positive note, I proudly adjourn this demonstration meeting for District 79. Thank you for joining us. You may have a good night. And for the people who are joining from different parts of the world, let it be a good day, let it be a good afternoon and an evening.
Thank you so much and good night.
Good night.